Good morning, come and spend another few days with me. This was a little reset morning for my mental health where I did lots of things that make me feel good, that I love, and it was also a beautiful day. So I started my morning with a big teapot of tea. I wrote in my journal, I read some of my book. This is a really sweet book actually. Quite a lot of it is pretty obvious, however it's a really nice simple read. Then I had my sea moss. Then I went for a very short 3k run just to get my heart rate going. It makes me feel really good. I don't work out or anything, so it feels good to get my heart rate going occasionally. Then I had an infrared sauna with my chicory and chaga drink as well as some fruit. And then I did some grounding in my garden and came in, dry brushed my whole body, had a shower, washed my hair, brushed it, washed and moisturised my face and my whole body. Then I brushed my teeth as well. I've really fallen out of the practice of doing yoga since breaking my elbow and having sciatica. It made it really hard. So I incorporated a lovely yoga routine into my morning this morning. It made me feel really good and it feels so amazing now. My body is recovered, or recovering at least. And then I spent some time on my acupressure mat and I did a little meditation. I was quite rudely interrupted by Otis, however. I suppose when you're a dog mum, this is just kind of a given and I wouldn't have it any other way. Then I had part 2 of my breakfast, which was a matcha and some toasted sourdough topped with hummus, sauerkraut, red onion, chilli, and bee pollen, olive oil, salt, pepper, loads of yummy, delicious, good stuff. And I just ate it on my back doorstep in the sunshine because it was so beautiful. I've been really enjoying this habit calendar, so I ticked off all of the habits that I completed this morning, and I had a little chocolate and nut snacky plate. And then I went outside and took some content of some clothes that I was sent and just went a little crazy. Hello everyone, just wanted to welcome you to this new video, another come and spend a few days with me, as I've had so many lovely comments on the last one, and I just want to say how grateful I am for all of the comments you guys leave on my YouTube. It's literally so overwhelming and my heart feels so full, so thank you so much. I'm so glad that you enjoy just spending some time with me and seeing a bit more of my life and just listening to me speak and keeping you company. Your comments have been keeping me company too. So I've had a lovely day so far. I've got some work done, I've got lots of self-care done as well, and now I'm going to make some lunch and then I'm going to my nan and granddad's, and then me and Amber are going to pick some sea buckthorn. So super excited. It's a kind of sad lunch because I don't really have any food, but I have an abundance of carrots. So I've chopped up 2 raw carrots, I've got a seedy cracker, and I've got 3 corn cake and hummus sandwiches, and I've just covered it all in olive oil. However, I'm hoping that I will have some grains by the time I have dinner tonight. Me and my nan picked some jalapenos and tomatoes in her greenhouse, and I ate all of the tomatoes in the car. And then my friend and I went to watch the sunset and the moonrise. Look at this beautiful cornfield. It was such a lovely sunset. I don't go and watch it enough because I can't see it properly from where I am. Picked some chamomile, did some dancing under the moonlight. It was really beautiful, such a lovely evening walk. This was the harvest moon and she was so gorgeous. Then when I got home, I ate dinner and I sprayed my lovely oyster mushrooms that I'm growing in my kitchen. The following morning, I woke up, lit some light in my bedroom and made my bed. These are the first 2 things that I do every single morning. It feels very productive and it's also great to set your circadian rhythm with natural light and not phone light. I did my journal, read my book and drank a white tea as well. It's still the same book and it's really sweet. And I'm so glad there is a word for my favourite thing. Does anyone else love this? Good morning. So we are just out on our little morning walk. I thought I would sit down to do this as I keep trying to do it and it's too windy while I'm walking. However, it is a beautiful morning this morning. The sun is shining. The wind is winding. It's so windy today. And it's a bit deceiving because I kind of wish I bought my scarf because it's kind of chilly. However, I have my little chicory chaga drink, which you're probably used to now. This is kind of my morning coffee. Everyone else drinks coffee. This is my coffee. It tastes kind of coffee vibes. It's super earthy and delicious, and it just feels like a cuddle from the inside. So today is going to be a beautiful day. I am cooking for a retreat this weekend, so I'm kind of preparing for that. And I've got some gardening to do as well as some computer work. So we're gonna have a great day, and it looks like the weather is perfect for some gardening as well. So I hope everyone has a lovely day or has had a lovely day. Or if you're about to sleep, I hope you sleep well and just set the intention to have your own beautiful day or your own really restful sleep. It's really important to set intentions. It really helps you follow through with them. Yesterday was a little bit tricky because in the morning, that was loud, because in the morning at breakfast, I cut the whole roof of my mouth on my sourdough, which is crazy. I usually have my homemade rye bread, which is a lot softer, so maybe I just wasn't expecting it to be so scratchy. But I cut the whole roof of my mouth, and then in my breakfast I also had apple cider vinegar and sauerkraut, so it burnt it, and it was like so sore for the rest of the day. So I'm really hoping that it healed overnight last night. I had to eat like super plain and soft foods for the rest of the day, which is why you didn't really see anything. I just ate, to be honest, loads of corn cakes. I actually had like a pack and a half. And I also had loads of just plain brown rice with oil and salt because anything else was really burning me. I also had a fig from my friend's garden, which was okay, but I ate loads of tomatoes from my nan and granddad's garden and they burned so bad. So this is a properly realistic little video today. Oh baby, you're just in the way there. Okay, you can sit, okay, that works. Hello. So I'm just feeling like it's quite realistic today. Also, I'm not wearing any earrings today. I feel so naked without earrings, but my body just doesn't like them. So I'm thinking of just letting my ears grow over and changing all of my earrings to like clip-on ones because it just gets so infected, especially this ear. So that's really sad. I should probably just listen to my body. Does this happen to anyone else? Because it's just that my ears have been pierced for about 15 years and they still reject earrings. So I should probably listen to that. I've also always wanted my nose pierced here, but if my ears are like that, I don't even want to know what my nose would be like. So that's just never gonna happen. But anyway, let's go for a walk now. I hope Anyway, we're going for our walk now. I'm just going to quickly show you what I'm wearing as well. I keep forgetting, of course, again, I keep forgetting to show it to you in my videos, but I really mean to because you're always interested. So my dress is from Daughters of India. My undergarments are from Hara, and I have a link which I will leave below for, I think it's 10% off. They're the comfiest bamboo underwear everywhere. It's like a set, but this is kind of like a top, so you can wear it as a top as well. The comfiest underwear of my life. So Otis, come on honey, I have a little discount for them if you wanted to check it out. I would also really appreciate if you did use it because it helps me out as well. And now for the cutest part, my backpack, which is from Peru. It's handmade. How freaking cute is this? Like, I'm literally obsessed. It's so cute. So that's my little outfit. I had such a beautiful morning in the woods. It got warmer and warmer, the sun stayed out. It was just so gorgeous. I love looking at all of the shadows of the sun shining through the trees. I soaked up lots of sunshine on my face as well. We're all grounding. This is so nice. Then I did some more grounding with my bare feet in the woods. There is no feeling quite like this. And I ate some rose hips on the way back. So delicious and so full of vitamin C goodness. When I got home, I had my breakfast, which was more toasted sourdough with the same as yesterday, as well as a chopped up apple from my friend's garden and a ginkgo tea. And here's another snack plate that followed my breakfast. Today I did some much needed gardening. I picked loads of veggies and did lots of weeding, which I've really been putting off doing. I also collected some calendula seeds to plant next year. I just keep collecting the seeds from every single year and I end up with so many. So if anyone wants some, just let me know. Also picked some beans, some tomatoes. I found loads of little lovely insects in my garden too. And I just felt so grateful that I could be feeding them as well as feeding myself. Here is everything that I collected in my garden. All sorts of delicious stuff. And I made a little salad with all the garden ingredients, including flowers. And then I added some rice, some nuts, some olive oil, just to make it a little more filling. Just to keep it extra real, my dogs have harvest mites, which is so horrible, so I've been washing them every single day. Hi, so I thought I would give you a little Amazon haul. It's just a little one and it's kind of boring stuff, but I get food and more sustainable products from there and I buy everything in bulk on there. So I will link these products in the description if you are interested in any of them. But let's just show you. So I got some certified organic mixed nuts, and this has walnuts, Brazil nuts and cashews. And like these are the kind of nuts that I prefer having anyway, and this is a kilogram. I just buy everything in bulk because it's cheaper, it lasts longer, and I get it all organic, which is really expensive in the shops. And we're trying to not spend too much. I also got my bin liners that I always get, recyclable bin liners, fun, organic seeds. I thought I was getting a kilogram, but I got 500 grams, but this will last a long time anyway. They're just mixed seeds, and I like to put these in my loaves of bread and sprinkle them on pretty much anything, salads, toast, etc. Now I got my sauerkraut. This packaging is a little bit silly to be honest, but I always save my packaging like this and just reuse it. This is the sauerkraut that I use. It's carrot and fennel organic sauerkraut. I can't find any organic ones in the shops near me. And if I do, it's just crazy money, and this is the cheapest one per weight that I could find. So I will link that too. This is the quinoa that I get. I got 2 bags of this. They are a kilogram each. And it's obviously organic again. So I got 2 of those. Ooh. And then I got my favourite sponges. These are actually home compostable sponges, and basically they're like so tiny. This is so fun. So they're really tiny and thin, and then when you put them in water they expand. So I use these all of the time. I use them for washing up, for cleaning, and then I just pop them in my compost bin down the garden once I finish with them. I got some packaging mailing bags for my Depop, and then I don't know why I got this many, but I mean they're gonna last me a long time. I got some tinned organic tomatoes, and how many is that? 4, 8, 12 cans. So this will last quite a long time. However, they're just great to have in the cupboard. And my favourite stew/soup that I make that you saw in my last Spend a Few Days With Me video, it uses some tinned tomatoes. So I'm excited to make that again. And that is all I got from Amazon. But I will link all of these products down below. I also have a list. I have a few different lists of different things that I get all the time. So I will also link my Amazon favourites down below so you can go see what I get more often. And I will also show you in videos when I do receive a parcel. I'll show you what I get. But I hope this helped or was interesting. Aren't figs just the most gorgeous fruit ever? I had a fig and then made some figs and honey and olive oil and bee pollen on toast and chili, which is one of my favourite breakfasts or snacks ever. It's so deliciously seasonal. Then I had this sea buckthorn orange and mint tea that I got in Poland last year. Please excuse the washing machine noise and the fact that it's literally shaking everything, but I'm making the most simple dinner ever, but it's also so delicious and comforting. So I'm frying some red onions and white onions. I do prefer it just red onions, but I don't want to use all of them. Red lentils, and then 2 cans of tomatoes. I don't have quite as many lentils as I hoped, but simple tomato soup. I forgot to mention that I also added garlic and mixed herbs, and I had it with some rice cakes and seedy crackers with hummus. I usually eat so many beans, but my diet has been really lacking recently because I haven't been bothered or remembered to soak them overnight. And you don't actually have to soak them, but they are like such a lovely texture and so much softer and fluffier if you do soak them. So I soak them overnight and they literally like ×5 in size. Excuse the washing machine, by the way, I'm on a cleaning one. So I'm doing chickpeas. So I just pour them into. That was literally deafening. I'll have to turn the sound down on the video there. And I'm also doing white beans. Hopefully this one is a little bit quieter. Ow. So I'm going to soak those and then I'll cook them in the morning, and then I freeze them cooked so I can just literally grab them. This is water from my filter. You can fill it up, but that's me preparing beans. And then yeah, I freeze them in little separate bags in the freezer, and you can just take what you want when you want it. So it's a good little tip for preparing food ahead. And I use dry beans because you can get a lot more for your money. And also in like cans and stuff, the aluminium can kind of leak, and aluminium is not great. So it's a healthier and cheaper option, but you just need to remember to soak them and put the effort into just cooking them once, because you can literally cook enough to last for months. So there's a little tip. I had this lovely bedtime bliss tea from the Herbalistas. I love this brand, and I watched the moon. It was so beautiful and bright, and I drank my tea in the bath, and then I played some guitar. In bed, I ticked off everything that I had done from my habit calendar today, and I also did my gratitude journal and menstrual journal, which I do every day. I felt very grateful today because I've been feeling absolutely amazing recently and so energized, so it was all full of positivity. Just as I do every day, I started this morning with a tea again. Obviously, this was a white tea I also read in the sauna. Good morning. So I am making some bread this morning. I'm making my rye bread that I usually have every day, except the last couple of days my mum bought me some sourdough, so that's what I've had. So I'm just going to do the yeast. I do have a recipe, so I will link the recipe video. However, I just kind of know the rough ingredients and kind of do it by eye now. So yeah, I'm just gonna do the yeast because it needs to sit for a minute on its own, and I will show you, I will show you my outfit. But this morning I've had a sauna, I've read, I've done my journal, I've made some videos to post today on YouTube Shorts, TikTok and Reels on Instagram. So I'm all ready for when the time is right. This is my outfit. So I've got clip-on earrings in because of my sad infected ear. These are my only clip-on earrings, but I actually want more. Look how sad it looks. So I've got these, and I've got a beautiful, I think it's a shell actually. I always thought it was labradorite, but I think it's a shell necklace. It's vintage, I love it so much. My waistcoat is from Zara. I got it on Depop. I've actually seen loads on there. And my dress is also Zara. And I got this for Christmas last year. So I'm not sure if it will still be available, but I'm sure it's available somewhere. And my socks, the best part, little robin socks from Poland, which I was there this time last year. I would literally love to be there right now. I love Poland so much. It is such a beautiful country, and I cannot wait to go back again and just have more time there and explore it more. Let me know if you're from Poland or have been to Poland. I freaking love it there. I really want to explore more of Eastern Europe because the nature there, I think, is just like really underrated. And the reason I went to Poland was because I read a book and they supposedly have like 80% more biodiversity in Poland than in England, which is what pushed me to go. Anyway, I'm just going to get my whisk. More reality, my whisk has lost its handle. Also, whisk sounds like a really weird word to me this morning. I'm not sure what's going on with that. So I am making 2 loaves this morning, and this is the flour I use: organic Dove's Farm rye wholemeal flour. I get all of the Dove's Farm alternative flours. I really like their brand, and I think they're quite a reasonable price, so I haven't actually found it any cheaper. Also, I would recommend sieving it, but my arms just don't fancy that. So it's 600 grams of flour. So it's 3 grams of yeast, 500 milliliters of water, warm water. Then it's 600 grams of rye flour, but I just use 5 cups because it's the same. But I'm doing 2 loaves. 4, 5. I know that was like 4 cups, but it was basically 5. 6. Oh, 7, 8. I'll open another one, and then I've got one more. So I might film my chocolate cake recipe for YouTube. Everyone's asking me about it, so I think I might do it on here. It's so good, and I'm planning on making one once I've cooked for the retreat this weekend, because I have a little bit more time to make things for me. 2 more cups. 1, 2. I just eyeball everything. I'm terrible at doing recipes. I mean, I don't actually ever do recipes, but thankfully everything just turns out okay. Oh, look how white my hand is now. And then I use molasses. I cannot stand the smell or taste of molasses, but it goes so well in this bread, and I use 4 to 6 tablespoons. 4 to 6, not 46. 1, 2, 3. 4. The smell is literally making me feel kind of sick. This is the molasses I use, Meridian organic molasses. it's so good for you. And when I used to have quite disordered eating, I used to have a spoonful of this every morning, and I'm like not against that now, because I do think it is so good for you. However, it just reminds me of that time. I wish I could do that, and I wish I enjoyed it, because I actually kind of enjoyed it. But now I cannot bear it, but it goes so well in this bread. I've lost count of how many spoons I've done now. Obviously I'm doing double, so let's say I've done 7. Now I need to open a new, I'm making such a mess. I need to open a new jar. Yeah, I think 2 more big ones, maybe. Let's do 2 very healthy spoonfuls. Okay, that is okay. Well, the jar wanted to give me 1 more, so that is okay. Now I'm adding lots of salt, because I love salt, and salt is so good for you. And now I'm adding some of the seeds that I showed you that I got yesterday. Like 4 handfuls per loaf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, it's nearly the whole bag. And now we mix. Whoa! And it is like stupidly full up. So this is just me making a mess and making bad decisions. I have the big struggle of mixing this without spilling it all over the side. Is anyone else this chaotic when they cook? With my poor broken whisk. Bless it. I have my daily chicory chaga drink. Now I am just lining the pans with some oil. I'm just using herb infused olive oil because that's all I have, and so I just pour it in and then just spread it out with my hand. It's literally only me that's eating this, so don't worry. But basically I make so much bread. Usually I make 3 or 4 at a time, because I just cook it and then chop it up and freeze it, and then I can like defrost it slice by slice, so it lasts quite a long time. So just oiling so I can just get them out really easily once they've baked. And then I'm going to pour the mixture in, which took me so long to mix. I should probably just do it it's so heavy, whoa, 1 loaf at a time. However, I like to make things hard for myself. It's not that hard. So I actually just grab it out of my hands, because you should just like plonk it in and let it take the shape to the space itself. Sorry, I know you can't really see me. So it just relaxes its way in. I don't think that's the science of bread, relaxing its way into the tin. So yeah, that's it, and now I'm gonna leave it on the side for like 3 hours to rise, and then I will bake it for an hour. I think it's at 180 degrees, I'm pretty sure, for about an hour, but I do check it before because I have burnt it before by accident. So like check it at 45 minutes, and then 50 minutes, and then 55, because it might be ready at any of those times as well. So yeah, now I'm making a little bread house for it to rise in with my apron and a jug and a dog treats box, because that's just how we do it. So now it has a nice little house to rise in. Now I'm cooking my soaked chickpeas for about 1.5 to 2 hours until they're just how I like them. I had a very similar breakfast as usual. I had 2 savoury pieces, a sweet piece and some nuts and an apple. Excuse the sound of the washing machine. So with some of the chickpeas, I'm going to make some kind of chickpea brownies. Now this is where my intuitive cooking comes in handy, because I'm literally just going to make it up, but I am going to show you what goes in it. So I'm going to prepare everything to go in the blender and wait for the chickpeas to finish cooking. So they are nearly finished. It's probably, my alarm's probably going to go off in a minute. So I'm going to use a bit of rye flour, which I used for my bread this morning. I actually think I'm going to do that last. So I'm going to put in some tahini. This is organic tahini that I get from Amazon as well, which you'll find on my lists, because we need some liquid so it mixes really well. Also, tahini is just so good. These are going to be such filling, lovely brownies. So, tahini, coconut sugar, because that is my favourite sweetener to bake with. Well, maple syrup is actually, but it's so expensive. So coconut sugar, cocoa powder, of course, because it wouldn't be brownies if they weren't brown. And what better to make them brown than chocolate? Just really not entirely sure what I'm adding. I'm going to add some Celtic salt, just a little pinch. And I'm also going to add some olive oil. I only have herb and chili infused oil, so it's whatever. The herbs and chili taste good with sweet stuff as well, so I'm not too fussed. So now I'm going to wait for this to cook. My alarm just went off to tell me that these are ready, so I've just rinsed them with water and I'm gonna add some. Hopefully these taste good, although all of these ingredients are so delicious that it would be weird if they didn't taste good. You know, that is how it usually is, and I cook everything intuitively and it just always tastes so good. Like, the worst things that I've ever cooked have been following a recipe, so I trust myself. I'm gonna do quite a lot because I want to make quite a lot of brownies, because I want to keep them in the freezer. So I'm gonna see how this goes with this amount, and I'll keep you updated. I attempted to blend it all up and also added some oat milk to help it blend more easily. It tastes so good, but basically my blender started smoking, which it always does, and it's barely blended. So it's outside now. It literally is so fumey in here. I don't know why it always happens, but it tastes really good, and I'm considering not even putting flour in it. I might just have it like chickpea. I don't know, but it tastes insane. Guys, my blender's broken. I'm so sad. I'm literally just on Marketplace trying to get a food processor because I wanted one anyway, so maybe this is my sign, because I really want to make nut butter. It smells so bad in here. It literally smells of burning rubber and plastic. I don't even know what's going on. It does this every single time, but it's never actually broken before. While I was waiting for some replies on Facebook Marketplace, I cooked my white beans, took off all the froth, I had a matcha tea, and I also sorted out my wardrobe. I have a big pile of clothes ready to put on Depop. I will leave it in the description. Look how satisfying this wardrobe is. Does anyone else colour coordinate their clothes like this? Someone finally replied, so I went to go and pick up my new baby, and when I got home I transferred everything into my new blender and food processor, which was also smoking. I think they seem to have a problem with me. This is the mess that I made of myself while nibbling on loads of the mixture. Finally, I got it all blended and I poured it into 2 baking trays. It looks so good. And I think I set it to 180 and baked for about 30 to 45 minutes. I'm sorry, I forgot to record it. And while I was doing so, while they were in the oven, I picked myself a lovely sage tea, drank that in the garden while chopping my bread up, which I took out of the oven a bit earlier. I left it in for slightly too long, however it turned out really, really lovely. Here are all my things ready to go in the freezer. We have chickpeas. I actually use most of them for the brownies, and I've been snacking on loads as well. Cannellini beans and all of my rye bread. It's so good. I've also been nibbling on this. So delicious. I then warmed myself up some tomato soup from yesterday, and my brownies were finally ready. Look at those. So good, so perfect, so delicious. Such a crunchy top and a soft interior. I ate 2 of them because it would have been so rude not to. Then I spent some time in the garden doing a little more weeding. I watered all of my veggies. My beans are growing so well. Just look at them. What you got? We're going for a walk. What you got, baby? Got sticky. I picked some herbs for my tea, including hops and yarrow, 2 of my favourite tea flavours. I also did some grounding, as always. You must know it by now. Finally out for a walk. We have a lovely sunset one tonight, lovely golden walk, and I don't have long because I still have so much to do today, but I'm gonna be present and really enjoy my time outside while drinking herbs that I've picked. The sunset was so dreamy. Dinner time. It's super simple because I've still got loads more to do today, so I just needed something quick and easy. It is rice that I made like 3 days ago that needs to be eaten up, a whole squash from my garden. It seems to have shrunk so much in the oven, but it was a whole squash, and 2 red onions roasted. I covered it in chili, salt and pepper, and I also put coconut aminos on because I think they're absolutely delicious. It's also some fermented goodness, and I also am gonna have some sauerkraut with this, which I forgot about until just now. So this is dinner. I also just washed up on TikTok live because I haven't been live on there in ages, and it was really nice. So if you're coming here from TikTok, thank you, I love you. Or coming here from anywhere, thank you, I love you. The moon looked so gorgeous from my garden tonight. The wind blowing the clouds over it was just so mystical. So it is 10:30 right now. I'm usually in bed by now. I like to go to bed super early. I would love to go to bed at 9:30 every night. However, it is usually between 10 and 10:30, and 10:30 feels kind of late for me. So I've been super busy up until now, and I've still got things that I want to do. And I also have loads of energy right now. However, I'm going to try and settle down so I can have a nice late night for me, but a nice early night, so I can get up and feel good nice and early and have a nice long sleep. I have just made an order from Sainsbury's. I have never ordered anything to be delivered from a supermarket before. It feels so fancy. It's for the retreat that I'm cooking for at the weekend, so now I'm feeling really prepared because I've just planned all of the meals that I'm going to be making. Super excited. So I will be making some oats, some eggs. I know I'm plant-based, but I still do cook non-plant-based things for other people. Some oats, some lovely berry oats, some eggs, some apple and cinnamon compote deliciousness. I will be making roasted butternut squash soup, so good. Roasted vegetable Moroccan couscous, and my favourite Greek lentil soup, and some other stuff as well. But I'm sure you will see if you follow me on Instagram, and perhaps I'll video it, but probably not because I'll probably be really busy. However, right now I'm going to have a very tiny stretch because I didn't stretch yesterday and I didn't get a chance to stretch this morning, and I really wanted to, but I was too busy. So I'm going to have a very small, just little stretch on what I feel like my body needs. I'm going to play the guitar, just literally one song, because I'm trying to make sure that I do it every day, even if it's for 2 minutes, just to keep my fingers nice and hard and to remember and to actually get back into the habit of playing, because I've fallen off it for so long now. Like, I was getting really good at singing and playing the guitar, and I did it for a year, played at a festival, which was so crazy and incredible, and then since the festival I literally had a year off because of huge blocks and no inspiration, and now I'm really just trying to get back into the habit of it and trying to get better again so that I can perform at small festivals and stuff again. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna do my journal, and if I want to read, I will read as well. I do my gratitude journal and my menstrual journal at night. So I'm in my follicular phase right now, and I'm honestly feeling amazing. And it is so true that if you rest during your menstrual phase and just really listen to your body, it sets you up for the rest of the month, and I'm really feeling the truth in that. I've felt so energetic and so happy and so radiant the last few days, so it's been really amazing, and it's been such a lovely change from last month where I had the most stressful menstrual phase ever. I was the busiest I had been in so long, so busy, so stressed, so sociable. Just, I had way too much on my plate, and it really messed me up for the whole month. I had migraines nearly every day at this time last month especially, and so I'm just so grateful that I was able to really slow down this month, and I'm feeling absolutely amazing for it, and I'm feeling so much more productive for it. And yeah, so I'm really happy, but I need to settle down now because I've got too much energy. I'm just so happy that I've planned the meals that I'm making and ordered the food, and it is literally coming to my door. I don't even have to leave the house, so I can just clean the fridge out in the morning, ready to stock it up and just get on with other stuff because I have so much to do. Can you hear Flint snoring? Oh my god. Oh, my eyes stayed stuck. That is the cutest thing ever. Bless him. So yeah, tomorrow is an exciting day. Well, I've got loads more to do in the morning. However, in the afternoon, I'm going to my mum's and we're going to see Johnny Flynn together. A lovely concert. I don't think she's ever listened to him, but I absolutely love Johnny Flynn. And if you saw my last, what was it? It was my menstrual phase video. I was singing one of Johnny Flynn's songs in there. I just love him and I'm so excited to see him tomorrow. So yeah, bye, see you tomorrow. It's the following morning now. Here's another little haul of some bits I got from Amazon. I got some hibiscus flowers. I've been craving hibiscus tea every day for the last few weeks. I also got some red lentils, some linseeds or flax seeds, a kilogram of all of the above, and some green lentils too. I needed some hibiscus tea, so I had that with a white tea bag. I just love white tea in the morning at the moment. It's definitely my favourite. I also thought I would show you the few bits I got for myself from my Sainsbury's delivery. I got some pears, some olive oil, some chocolate, some rice cakes, some brown rice pasta, and also some hummus. These are some of my favourite Sainsbury's items. Here is my cleaned and stocked fridge ready for the retreat. I also poured my new olive oil in my herb infused olive oil bottles. I like to start my morning with fruit, so I had some grapefruit and a pear, and then I had my main breakfast, which was 2 slices of rye bread with the same on as I've had every other day. I didn't know you could make nut butter in a food processor, but my mum does it all the time, so I decided to make my own with walnuts, Brazil nuts and cashew nuts. I added a little MCT oil and some Celtic salt as well. And guess what happened? I didn't film it, but the blender broke. It literally broke. So I ended up with chunky, very chunky nut butter. However, it was absolutely delicious. I know this looks so weird, but I had 2 rounds of this. This is my new favourite snack. It was my nut butter and some hazelnut truffle chocolate on rice cakes. Trust me, it was incredible. And I had my chicory chaga drink and my daily, the Mossway Sea Moss. I will leave a little discount code for you in the description if you want to try it too. Hello, so we're just enjoying a nice walk to wear ourselves out and get some fresh air and do some grounding and drink some tea. As always, I cannot leave the house without a tea. My mum thinks I'm such an old lady because I always have a tea of some description in my hand or in my bag. I love it so much. Is anyone else like this? But I've had such a busy morning this morning. I haven't read or done anything for me because I've been preparing for this retreat at the weekend, which starts tomorrow, and I'm busy all afternoon, which I'm so excited about because I'm going to London to meet my mum to go watch Johnny Flynn, who is one of my favourite musicians. So I'm really excited to go see him, and we're also going to get some dinner. She suggested a pizza, so maybe we'll be getting a pizza, but I don't know. We'll see when we get there and I will show you. And this is going to be the last day of me filming for this video because from tomorrow I'm going to be so busy and I'm literally just going to be cooking. So yeah, but it's been pretty wild, but I'm feeling good, feeling really good actually. I'm in my follicular phase and it is honestly doing bits. I've had so much energy the past few days. I felt amazing. I felt so healthy. I really didn't prioritise rest during my menstrual phase. I don't know why I decided to go against what I knew last month. However, I do know because everything happens for a reason, and it was a little experiment anyway, because now I know how important rest is because I literally feel amazing. And I'm sorry because I feel like this video has been slightly chaotic, but this week has been a little more chaotic than last week when I filmed my last Spend a Few Days With Me. I hope you've enjoyed anyway, and I hope you've had a lovely week. So I will see you probably when I'm on the train now. I went home, got ready and went to the train station with a lovely garden tea with calendula, sage and mint, and here is me enjoying the beautiful, bright and colourful scenery from the train window. I also started a new book. I haven't got very far yet, but it's pretty good. Here are some lovely views from the Hammersmith Bridge. We went to a lovely restaurant called Brasserie Blanc. I would really recommend it. I had this tomato tart, which was insane. Then I had this salad, which was good, but it was slightly too vinegary. Then I had a cookie that my mum made. Now it's Johnny Flynn time. Thank you for watching this video. Love you. Bye.
Oh, everybody well.